Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are currently standing in Razatan to begin a Rolequest, namely the tank Rolequest, from the Gridanian delegate here, shrouded in peril. I have come on behalf of the Twin Adders to enlist the aid of accomplished fighters. The small folk cower in their homes for fear of an unprecedented threat to the Twelveswood, a blasphemy. It strikes quickly and with deadly precision before returning to the shadows whence it came. Try as we might, we've yet to devise a means to track it, much less slay it. Several brave souls search for it even now, but their chance would improve greatly if they had a stout protector by their side. Judging by your reputation, I dare say you're precisely the woman we seek. What say you? Will you serve as a shield that stands between Gridania and certain doom? Protecting the realm is what I do. I will take that as an enthusiastic yes. Make haste to the Adder's Nest and report to my superior. All Gridania shall pray for your success. Welcome to Gridania. Been a while since we had anything to do here. Blasphemy Huntmaster. Our liaison at Razatan sent word of your arrival, but I can scarcely believe our luck. Are you truly here to help us bring this wicked blasphemy to heel? Then there's hope for us yet. I shall fetch the Elder Seedseer at once. She is leading the hunt, and I'm certain she is most eager to see you. Full glad am I to welcome you in good health and good spirit, Desiree. On behalf of all Gridania, allow me to thank you for rising to our defense yet again. You will forgive me for eschewing further formalities, as time is of the essence. I shall share with you what little we know of this elusive scourge. Following the events in Fafnir, we received a report that an unidentified man had fallen into fits on the road before transforming into a beast most foul. A blasphemy we soon determined. Eyewitness to subsequent attacks spoke of patterns on its skin reminiscent of heavy chains, and thus we have named it Gridania for the creature of legend. It emerges from the brush without warning, bringing distraction and tragedy to those unfortunate enough to be near. Ere we can respond, it retreats into hiding, leaving no trace for us to follow. The elementals cry out for us to rid the forest of its wicked presence. Yet, even if we tracked it to its lair, I fear besting the beast would be no simple matter. What do you mean? The wounds of Gridania's victims are tainted by corruption. We can but conclude that the fiend's fangs, claws and horns are all imbued with a powerful poison. The smallest scratch sends the afflicted into fits, and death soon follows. May I be know of a creeping death? The effects of Gridania's vile poison bear more than a passing similarity to the symptoms of that deadly plague. It swept for Twelveswood many years ago. The sick found their skin covered in chain-like patterns and spent their final moments in excruciating pain. It was long before I came to Gridania, but people still speak of it with dread. Is it true that the disease spared not a single here? Very nearly, yes. Before the remainder were taken, we were able to devise a cure from the Glimshroom. Slow though it was, the scars of this tragedy could then begin to heal. Gridania threatens to reopen old wounds, I fear. Yet despite the similarities between the blasphemy's corruption and the creeping death's marks, it is unclear how these two phenomena are related, if at all. Both conjury and white magic have failed to abate the poison's spread. To confront Gridania now would place our soldiers at risk of grievous injury. Forgive me, Elder Seedseer, but this appears to be urgent. What? Again? Gridania struck once more in the North Shroud. The Veilers came too late to see the beast themselves, but the man that attacked yet lives. They are bringing him to Folgard Float as we speak. Then we must meet them there. Will you accompany us, Desiree? Ephemer should be able to apprise you of the details upon arrival. We cannot say for certain Gridania has quit this place. Stay on your guard. Word of the attack has yet to spread among the populace. We remain calm for now. Elder Seetsier, you honor us with your presence. I cannot thank you enough for coming all this way. Given the dire circumstances, I could not leave this to another. Where is the wounded man? Outside of a bobbing cork, being attended by one of our healers. He is a capable healer, but I worry this is beyond his abilities. I shall do all in my power to aid him. I in turn may have need of your assistance as well. I ask that you stay close. Both of you. He clings to life, albeit barely. We must try to ease his pain. But he survived his encounter with Gridania speaks of his fortitude. I know not if he can be saved, but if we can at least allay his suffering, we must. He is a hardy soul, but I'm utterly at a loss. While I managed to heal his wounds, where poison lingers, I fear the worst is yet to come. When I removed his clothes for treatment, I recognized the chains. If this is indeed the creeping death, do not lose heart. I shall spare no effort. Rest for now. We may have need of your talents again ere long. Chigos, man! Chigos! A bloody swarm of them! That came from the east gate. Chigos are known as carriers of the creeping death. The villagers are on edge. If they think the Vulcan harbingers of another plague, they may panic. Pray, see to the Chigos. I shall remain here with the victim. I think this wild elf fellows were sorts of yelling earlier. Do you see any Chigos nearby? We were near Alder Springs, a whole swarm of them, like an army getting ready for war. Bring the creeping death like us not. Folks be dropping dead with no rhyme or reason, and I'm not about to join them, no sir. Came running back fast, my legs could carry me. Are you bitten? I will show you to a hero if so. Not a single hole that doesn't belong, you can be sure. You'd best do something about the swarm, though. Would that we could, but keeping the gate manned is our priority, and we have not a number to spare for a hunting party. By the time the Vela's reinforcements arrive, it will be too late. We'll deal with the Chigos. The one who kills the greater number, also other a flagon of ale, aye? I commend your bravery, Godspeed, and don't get bitten. We are more likely to hear the swarm before we see it. Keep your weapon close at hand. We cannot allow a single one to escape. Okay, let's help the merchant. 12 be praised. And you, I've come bearing a cure for the creeping death, but it's of little use against actual death. Aye, that's why I've come. I'd heard tell of a man suffering from uncommon pains at Falgard Float. Sense an opportunity for philanthropy, and a touch of profit, I'll admit. But if what they say is true, his condition demands a much swifter pair of feet than mine. Could you bring the medicine to him in my stead? No need for payment this time, of course. You saved my life, and one good turn deserves another. I only hope the cure works as well as purported. As for me, I'll be on my way, and give any Valkyrie I spy a white berth. To think that the mere mention of Chigos could spark such panic. The creeping death casts a long shadow over these lands. Thank you for calling the Chigo. Alas, our patient's condition is yet to improve, and it's all we can do to keep him from succumbing to the poison. If it's indeed like... I know this medicine. It was once used to treat the creeping death. Given the symptoms, it may well prove effective here as well. It works upon the body quite quickly, as I recall. Hold on just a little while longer. The medicine will soon relieve you of your pain. I don't... It hurts. It hurts. Why? Why? The man's shrieks die in his throat as his body is racked by violent convulsions. He then falls still and quiet, as if his breath was snatched from his chest. Twelve, have mercy. At the very least, his suffering is over. Had we been quicker to deliver medicine, would he have lived? Nay, I think not. He was doomed from the moment the poison entered his blood, as will be others if we do not gain an understanding of our foe. Let this tragedy not be in vain, but serve as a lesson. Though the effects of Gleipnir's corruption resemble the creeping death, 'tis clear that the two share little else in common. The poison burns through the body more quickly than any disease. Too deadly is it to be borne of by creatures so fragile as Chigos and any other besides. Then that's one less possibility the people need fear. It's a shame a life was lost. But this knowledge may help us ensure that others are not. Spread word, but do so with delicacy. In these troubled times, fear and despair can drive even the goodliest of souls to desperate ends. Gleipnir is the only blasphemy known to us in Gridania, for now. We must do our utmost to stop him from sowing further discord. Understood, Elder Seedseer. I give this man a proper burial before sharing what we've discovered. Ascertaining Gleipnir's whereabouts is still a primary concern. Let us return to the Adder's Nest, for information shall be our most reliable weapon in the days ahead. There's no better place to acquire it. I shall speak with the people after this man receives a proper burial. To honor his sacrifice, I must do what I can to buoy their hope. Gridania has been cited in various locales, and though we are reviewing every report, we suspect most are erroneous. Fear is a way of making one jump at shadows. It will take some time before we are determined which reports merit a more involved investigation. Until then, I ask that you stay vigilant and keep your eyes peeled for any sign of a blasphemy. To give voice. We have followed up on every report concerning Gridania, even those that beggar belief. The most promising suggest that blasphemy is currently stalking the South Shroud. We are to proceed there at once, for there is no telling when it might strike again. The other seats are already en route to Roots Lake. Let's not keep her waiting. No sign of a beast yet, thankfully. A single glimpse of Gridania might send the people running, and we would be hard-pressed to restore order. Greetings, Desiree. As luck would have it, my sister, Raya Oath, frequents Camp Tranquil. We would do well to meet with her first, for she may have knowledge of this threat that can aid us in our search. It's been too long, Raya-O. Kani! I was afraid the situation might force your arrival. Would that this reunion was under more joyous circumstances? It's heartening to see you are joined by the bearer of Atoa's will. Unfortunately, Gridania's poison cannot be cured by any healing force known to us, as I'm sure you have already learned. Nevertheless, I have faith that together we will find a way to defeat it. Every moment is crucial, so let us dispense with further pleasantries. Have you received word of Gridania's whereabouts? I have. I'd recently ambushed a poor traveler who succumbed to his wounds soon thereafter. A tragic and increasingly common tale. No others in Camp Tranquil have come to harm, but some claim they feel a presence in the distant trees, staring at them with a malicious intent. They struggle to find the courage to venture beyond the safety of a camp. While its victims exhibit symptoms reminiscent of a creeping death, Gridania's corruption seems only to affect those who have been assaulted by the blasphemy itself. We've yet to confirm a single instance of it spreading from one individual to another. That's somewhat reassuring, but will provide little comfort to the people here, I think. If Gridania comes, any defense we mount will come at great cost. Those who fall wounded will invariably die. I'm at a loss, and the people under my care can see it. They go tense and bicker among themselves. Some even accuse me of standing idle by while this monster roams free, as if I'm doing it all I can. I apologize. Would I had come to you sooner? Would that there were more I could offer you. Perhaps the elementals could help? The elementals cry out for succor as loudly as the people do. This I know you feel, Kani. Gridania poses a threat to all life in the Twelveswood, and as such, we should face it as one. Their strength has waned since the calamity, and I'm reluctant to impose upon them. Nay, as Seedseers, it's our duty to first expend every option available to us, and spare them further distress. Once we have laid low the blasphemy, the elementals will be at peace. Well then, how do you propose we go about that? First, allow me to speak with our people here, and assure them that all will be well, that Gridania's resolve to weather this storm remains steadfast. No word is close to those true of heart. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that you begin with an earnest and heartfelt appeal. For my part, I shall reach out to Arun. Perhaps together we can find a way to offer similar comfort to the elementals. I have no doubt we will require their assistance in the days ahead. Thank you, sister. May the 12 watch over and keep you both. May I trouble you to accompany me? The presence of a storied hero would surely lend credence to my claims that the people's difficulties will soon be at an end. While you attend that, I shall gather what information I can from wood whalers stationed here. Pray look for me at the camp proper when you have finished. If we are to convince the people that they need not live in fear of Gridania, then my words alone may be insufficient. I do not comport myself as an imposing figure blessed with martial prowess, to say the least. You, on the other hand, are renowned as a peerless warrior who has triumphed in countless trials. Simply looking at your features fills me with confidence that this crisis too shall pass. I pray you stay by my side, that those we speak with might be enjoyed by your presence. Kani Senna is now accompanying you. Theseus are sitting pretty with their guards and finery. What do they care if a beastie is running amok? They'll be fine. That's why they're doing nothing while it hunts us. We'd be fools to trust our lives to those who don't care wit. Aye, past time went south. At least in Ula they don't pretend to look out for the common man. Lasitia, I was just... I promise you that we are sparing no effort in our hunt for Gridania. However, it will take time, and more may suffer before the beast is laid low. Nevertheless, I ask that you place your faith in me, if only for a while longer. I love the Twelveswood and your people with all my heart, and I will not let our enemy torment us forever. I understand. Man's gotta give voice to his worries from time to time, Nothing I want less than to abandon my home. I'll stick around, for now. Sorry about earlier. I've been strung tighter than a longbow lately. I really do appreciate the Theseus and all they've done for us. I pray they can deliver us from this evil. I saw it. A gargantuan beast stalking the woods with horns the size of my leg. What's to stop it from coming here to fill its belly? Gridania will do no such thing, I swear. I shall see to it personally that the blasphemy does not come within a mile of this village. Keep heart, for brighter days lie ahead of us. Truly, Elder Theseus? Perhaps I've let my imagination get the better of me. You are a beacon in these dark times. I pray you restore the peace soon. I shall, you can be certain. We can cower in fear, we can strive to lift one another's flagging spirits. But I should choose the latter. May the matron bring you victory, for all our sakes. Try as I might to go about their lives as normal, there's an unmistakable tension in their every movement. We must do what we can to put their minds at ease. The Theseus are beholden to the pleas of elementals and men alike. I do not envy their responsibilities, difficult as they are for anyone to fulfill. A single scratch is enough to spell one's doom, they say. Nothing but to wait for death to come. How can we face a beast like that? Do not give in to despair, my friend. Know that I shall do all in my power to see us through this crisis. Hold fast to hope, and encourage others to do as well. I'll try, Elder Theseus. I'll try. I know you've placed yourself at risk leaving the safety of the city and coming here. That means a lot to me and mine. I'll stay close to the whalers and pray news of your triumph reaches us soon. Thank you. I promise you that it will not be long. Will that be all for now, Elder CCM? It will. I have done what I can to quell the unrest, but so long as Gridania lives, they will never be at peace. Sometimes simply lending an ear does wonders, as might be the case of the elementals, yes? Indeed, you are correct. Today was a welcome reminder of that truth, and an important step in our journey. Maybe I should visit these settlements more often. Doubtless some here think me as distant as the elementals, so rarely do they see me in the outer reaches. You have served me admirably as protector thus far, for which I am grateful, yet until we have found and laid Gridania low, I must continue to impose upon your goodwill. There's no imposition, Elder Sizia. You saved me on the killing fields of Cartano. My life is yours, now and always. Your life is your own to command, but I thank you for your words, and your conviction, which fills me with confidence that the path we walk is true. Even if that path takes us far afield. Did I ever tell you that when I was a young student, I would often steal into the woods with a dear friend of mine? Much to the chagrin of our teacher? Deep down, I suspect there's still a part of me that yearns to wander where I should not. Elder Sizia, word from the border. We've got ourselves a right bloody mess by the sound of it. What has happened? Per your earlier instructions, the whalers closed the roads to all travel while we scoured the woods for signs of Gridania. But now a group of locals are demanding to be let through into Fanalan. They're terrified by the sound of it, screaming about the creeping death and gods know what else. Despair grips their hearts. If it consumes them wholly, then we may have yet more blasphemies to contend with. I will speak with them. While rumors fuel their panic, with truth and compassion, will I convince them to see reason and return to their homes. If anyone can, it's you, Elder Sizia. We're doing our best to keep them calm for now. But my man's words painted a grim picture. I pray you make your way to the border as quickly as you can. It's good we arrived when we did. Any later, and we might have met with a bloodier sight. The people here are indeed terrified. I must take care with my words. Let us through, damn you! We're standing here while the creeping death nips at our heels. You're telling us to die! These rumors are false. The Elder Sizia herself sent word that the creeping death is not responsible for recent incidents. You mustn't surrender to panic. Return to your homes where we deal with the threat, and pay no heed to baseless stories. Stories? Stories? I've seen the dead with my own eyes. Don't tell me what is and isn't true. Hearken to me, my friends. I come before you now to assure you that the creeping death has not returned. Only those who have been wounded by the Gridania are in danger, and so I beseech you to take shelter in your homes until the threat has passed. Gridania? The beast I saw in the wood? We have to run. Could have followed us. You saw him? Where? Not far from here. Those glistening horns, those terrible chains, reaching out to drag us down into the seventh hell. We ran and never looked back. But don't worry, didn't catch any of us. No one's marked, see? That means we're safe, right? But say we went quite fast enough. What then? Its horns and claws are where the poison resides, and even a scratch would be cause for concern. Even a little scratch. When it's too late for me? Is that why my body feels like it's on fire? You told me the branch just tripped you up. You said that's how it happened. You said... Oh, heavenly winds, guide us to the font of strength. May we drink from it and made be whole. I don't feel any better. Do it again. Do it again. It hurts. Help me. Conjure has no effect. There can be no mistake. This is Gridania's doing. Even so, I ask that you do not lose heart. Stay strong, for if you surrender to fear, the beast has already won. No, I don't want to die. Please, help me! Get back. You said it wasn't? Why? Why? Liars! Liars, all of you! None of us are safe! None of us will... Despair made manifest. 12th event. Is there not that can be done for these poor souls? Not but one thing, I know. I know. We must lay them to rest. Contain the threat. We did what we had to. If we had let the fiend live, the blood of many would have been on our hands. Matron of mercy, what were those fiends? The creeping death seems a mercy compared to an end like that. I can't take it. What kind of life is this, waiting to be hunted or be turned into one of them? It was not the poison which triggered the transformation, but despair. Overwhelming despair. They are at peace. Would it had not come to this. I was powerless to prevent it. You did all you could, Elder Seedseer. Is that what's going to happen to us? Is there no hope? What you witness is the fate of those who fall to deepest despair. It feeds upon grief and anguish, and is more deadly than Gridania itself. But as I swore to you that we shall defeat the blasphemy that haunts our homeland, so too I swear that despair will not be the end of us. Keep the faith and look to the horizon for brighter days to come. As you say, Elder Seedseer. As you say. Gridania is not here, and so you are free to return to your homes. I but urge you to take care of the path back. On the path back. We will, Elder Seedseer. Don't you have a border to guard, Wood Whalers? The storm has passed, but a darker tempest roils in the distance. So long as the spectre of despair looms, the people will struggle to take any words of comfort to heart. We will see more tragedies like this. We elementals too cry out for a solution. The longer we struggle to resolve this crisis, the more innocent lives we put at risk. Why said we would need to turn to the elementals for assistance, and I know now that she was right, and so I will seek audience with the Great One. However, there are preparations I must attend to first. I shall make the proper ablutions at the lotus stand. Pray return to the adder's nest and await my summons. Despite our best efforts, we have been unable to prevent further loss of life. I foresee even greater hardship ahead. As we passed on, we mustn't forget the words of the Elder Seedseer. We must strive to remain undaunted in the face of despair. Yes. She is preparing for our communion with the Great One. When the time is right, she will call upon us both. Until then, my friend, stay strong. Good, but I end this episode here and we continue this later. Until next time, I'm Mace and don't get lost.